Hi, my name is Dina. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to finish the avocado. I'm going to show you how to crochet the back of it, how to insert the safety eyes, how to crochet the bow. We will make the mouth, and I will show you how to crochet the light green and the dark green parts together. And additionally, I'm going to show you how to crochet a tiny seed which you can take out from the belly. Please be careful with this, because the seed is tiny, so I would not give it to small babies. So, if you are ready, let's finish our avocado. I'm going to show you what are we going to need today. To finish the avocado, we will need dark green yarn. Some girly color yarn for the bow is not a must. Some red yarn for the lips. 2.5 millimeters crochet hook. Scissors. Of course, the inside of the belly which we crocheted last week. 4 pieces of safety eyes, 6 millimeters. And of course, we will need some fiber fill. And if you want to crochet the seed, dark brown yarn too. And now it's time to start to crochet. We start with the back of our avocado. We will need dark green yarn. We make a magic circle. And we are going to crochet 5 single crochets in the magic circle. Make sure you have all 5 stitches. Then close the magic ring. Close the first row with a slip stitch. In the second row, we are going to increase 5 times. At the end of the row, you have to have 10 stitches. In the third row, we are going to make 1 single crochet in the first stitch and an increase in the second one. We have to repeat it 5 times until we get to the stitch marker. At the end of the row, we have to have 15 stitches. In the fourth row, we are going to make 2 single crochets in the first 2 stitches and an increase in the third one. We have to repeat it 5 times. At the end of the row, we have to have 20 stitches. In the fifth row, we are going to make 3 single crochets in the first 3 stitches and an increase in the fourth stitch. We repeat this pattern 5 times. At the end of the row, we have to have 25 stitches. In the sixth row, we are going to make 4 single crochets in the first 4 stitches and an increase in the 5th one. We repeat this pattern 5 times. At the end of the row we have to have 30 stitches. In the 7th row we are going to make 5 single crochets and in the 6th stitch an increase. We repeat it 5 times. At the end of the row we have to have 35 stitches. In the next row we are going to make 6 single crochets and an increase in the 7th stitch. We repeat this pattern 5 times. At the end of the row we have to have 40 stitches. In the 9th row we are going to make 7 single crochets and an increase in the 8th stitch. We repeat this pattern 5 times. At the end of the row we have to have 45 stitches. In the 10th row we are going to make 8 single crochets and an increase in the 9th stitch. We repeat this pattern 5 times. At the end of the row we have to have 50 stitches. So we are done. You can see that the back of the avocado is getting its shape already. Well done. And now we start to make the head of our avocado. For this, we will continue to crochet 9 single crochets. And when we are done with the 9 stitches, we turn. We skip the first stitch and start to crochet from the second one, and we make 9 single crochets. When we have all the 9 stitches, we turn again, skip the first stitch, start to crochet from the second one, and make 8 single crochets. When we are done with the 8 stitches, we turn again, skip the first stitch, start to crochet from the second one, and we crochet 7 single crochets. When we are done with all the stitches, we turn, we start to crochet from the first stitch, and we make 7 single crochets again. We are done with the head part, and now something different is coming. The next stitches are going to be a little bit confusing, but I'm going to show you how to still get a nice result. When we are crocheting around, it's always very obvious where to make the next stitches. But at the head of our avocado is not so obvious. I can't really tell you how many stitches to make, because it really depends on the size of your stitches, but I can tell you approximately how many stitches would look nice at the head of our avocado. We crocheted 5 rows back and forth, so normally we would need 5 stitches in the head, but there is every possibility you can't make all the 5 stitches because the place is very small to make 5 stitches. If you can make 3 to 5 stitches at the head of our avocado, you are going to be okay, you are going to have a beautiful result. My trick is to make my first stitch exactly where I made the last stitch of the last row. So I start to crochet from this stitch. This is the first one. I look for a nice place for my second stitch. It's important not to leave big gaps between the stitches because it's going to show. Then I make the third stitch and the fourth one, very close to the third one. And the fifth stitch is going to be exactly at the beginning of my first row, of the first row of the head. And when you got to this stitch, it's very obvious where to make the next stitches. We just work around until we get to the other side of the head. And the last obvious stitches. And now we will work on the head again. As I already told you, I can't really tell you how many stitches you have to make. But one thing is very important. If you made the other side like 5 stitches, then try to make 5 stitches at this side too. If you made 3, then make 3 on this side too. Because this is how it's going to be symmetrical. And then you can't make big mistakes with any numbers of stitches. If you have 54 to 57 stitches, then you are going to be okay. Your avocado is going to be beautiful. I tried with 54 stitches and 57 stitches, and they all look beautiful. So let's start to crochet the other side of the head and finish this row. Make sure you make the same numbers of stitches on the left and on the right side, and then you are going to be okay. If you had 5 stitches on the left side, make sure to make 5 stitches on the other side too. So let's finish this row. One, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one in the corner. And now make another single crochet in the same stitch. And finish the top of the head of our avocado. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you followed completely my pattern, then you have to have 57 stitches. I place my stitch marker, which I forgot. And from now on is going to be easy again. We are going to crochet around. We are going to make 4 complete rows with 57 stitches around. And the last stitch is around. And we are ready. Well done. If the back of your avocado looks like this, then you did a great job. The next step is to crochet the dark green and the light green parts together. I'm going to show you how to do it. We didn't fasten off the last loop of the light green part. Now we will, and like this we know which is exactly the last stitch, because we are going to need it. We place the light green part in the dark green. We start to crochet them together. The first few stitches are going to be a little bit tricky, but we can do it. So when we place the 2 corners exactly on the top of each other, we push our hook through the dark green and through the last stitch of the light green. We pull it through, and this is our first stitch. The second is tricky. In the dark green, in the next stitch, but in the light green, exactly where you made the first stitch. Because don't forget that we made 2 stitches in the dark green corners. So the second stitch in the dark green and the first one in the light green. This is how it's going to look. And now we continue with the rest of the head of our avocado. What is important to make the stitches approximately with the same gap between them, so it's going to look nice. So this is how it's going to look like. You can make the first stitch a little bit tighter. You pull it from inside. And we continue crocheting the two pieces together. Stop crocheting approximately in the middle of the avocado. And if you are approximately halfway done, check it if you are in the middle. Because if not, then you can still correct some stitches. But if you are okay, then you did a great job. We are going to apply the safety eyes. I'm going to show you how to apply them quickly and safely. First, you have to look for the row in which you want to apply the eyes. And then you have to check the place of the eyes. First, make the hole a little bit bigger so the safety eyes for sure will go inside. Make a hole a little bit bigger and push the front of the eyes through. Before you apply the back of the eye, look for the place for the second eye. Make the hole bigger and push through the second eye too. Check them if they are on the right place. I think mine are fine. Now I can apply the backs too. Take the small plastic piece and push it hard on the eye. Since most of the times I'm crocheting for small babies, I have a trick how to make the eyes totally baby safe. Use a lighter and light the back of your eye a little bit. When it's soft enough, gently push the end of the eye. And now it's baby safe. Make the same with the other eye. Wait a little bit until the backs are not completely hot, and then you can continue crocheting around. Don't complete the row, stop right before the head. Okay, so we had to stop because we will start to stuff our amigurumi. Take the fiber fill and start to push it inside the avocado. It doesn't have to be very hard because the belly of the avocado has to go inside. So when you feel like it's a little bit soft, but it's okay, it has already its shape nicely, then take a stick and start to arrange the stuffing inside. Push it at the side, at the bottom, so the belly can go inside. It takes a little time. You can help with your fingers too. Push it at the sides and check if the belly can really go inside already. I think mine is almost done. The belly is going inside. So we can place the seed in the belly already. We continue crocheting until the head of our avocado. We will stop there because we still want to put some stuffings in the head. You can see that the head of my avocado is really very soft. So I take some stuffings and start to stuff the head. This is the last possibility for you to arrange the stuffings inside, because we are going to close the head soon. And the last stitches, and our avocado is going to be ready soon. It's ready. I'll show you now how to crochet the bow. Take the girly color yarn and make a magic circle. Two chains, and then 3 double crochets to the middle of the magic circle. The first double crochet, the second one, the third one, and when the third is ready, make 2 chains and slip stitch them to the middle of the magic circle. So one side of your bow is ready. And repeat the same pattern for the other side. Make 2 chains, 3 double crochets, 2 chains, and slip stitch it to the middle of the magic circle. Then close the magic circle, and your bow is almost ready. Leave a longer tail to sew it to the body and cut the yarn. fasten off, and roll the yarn around your bow in the middle. And your small bow is ready. Fasten off the yarn and look for the right place on the head of the avocado where you want to sew the bow. Place it on the head and sew it on it. And your girl avocado is ready. I show you now how to crochet the seed. Take your dark brown yarn, make a magic circle, and make 6 single crochets inside. Make sure you have all the 6 stitches and close the magic circle. Close the first row with a slip stitch. In the second row we are going to increase 6 times. At the end of the row you have to have 12 stitches. I place my stitch marker, and in the third row we are going to make 1 single crochet in the first stitch and an increase in the second one. We repeat this pattern 6 times. At the end of the row we have to have 18 stitches. In the fourth row we are going to make 2 single crochets, and in the third stitch an increase. We repeat this pattern 6 times. At the end of the row we have to have 24 stitches. In the next 5 rows we are going to make 24 stitches. Make sure you have all the 5 rows. From the 10th row we start to decrease. 2 single crochets in the first 2 stitches and decrease the third and the fourth stitches. Repeat this pattern 6 times. At the end of the row you have to have 18 stitches. And the last decrease. And I'm out of focus. Okay. In the next row we are going to make 1 single crochet and a decrease. We repeat this pattern 6 times. At the end of the row we have to have 12 stitches. we start to stuff the seed. Make sure you turn your bowl while stuffing, so enough fiber fill will get each side of your bowl. And when it's round enough, we will crochet the last row, in what we are going to decrease 6 times. At the end of the row you have to have 6 stitches. So when the last row is ready, cut your yarn. I'm going to show you how to close the top of the last row. And it's going to be almost as beautiful as the first magic circle. We need a needle and we will use only the front loops of the stitches. Go around, use the front loops of all the 6 stitches. And when you are done, pull your yarn and it's going to close the hole. Well done! And this is my trick to get the perfect round shape. Place your seed in the belly. I'm going to show you now how to make the lips. Use red yarn and a needle. Look for the right place for the mouth. You need to form a U shape. I hope you could finish your avocado and you also love them like I do. If you have any questions or you want to show me your avocado, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on Pinterest, and you can also send me an email. Thank you for crocheting with me today too. I wish you a lovely day and I hope to see you at the next video too. The pattern is only for personal use. The ready avocado is your property. You can sell it. If you post it, please don't forget to use #DynamicCreations. If you like this video, please like it, and subscribe for the next videos. Thank you for being with me, crocheting with me. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.